Welcome to episode 64 of All Four Back. I am, of course, Chester 430, and we've got the whole crew back together now. Joining me, as always, is Hadlington. Good evening, sir, and welcome back.
Good evening, everybody.
And it's a welcome return back to my bestie. It's Shads. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sweetheart. Good evening, everyone.
And it starts already. Oh, brilliant. How are we both doing, chaps? You doing all right?
Yeah, quiet.
Yeah. Shaz, about you, mate? You doing good?
Yeah, not much happening, is there? Racing
Not
wise,
really.
none of this OTT, and then nothing else for a week.
Yeah. Well, we've got a bit of a bumper show for you guys tonight. We've got, of course, the week 11 league results. We have the league table as per normal, which looks quite tasty if you're a Dragons or a Wolves supporter. We've got Shad's Ride of the Week. We've got the preview ahead of the 4-team tournament on Sunday. And, of course, the all-important draws for the BGP and SCS Round 5 taking place at Norwich. So, without any further ado, let us crack on with the show. So in terms of league action, we started off this week with the Somerset Spartans taking on the Poole Cowboys in I dare say, a southern derby. And it was one-way traffic as the Spartans had the biggest win of the season by 62 points to 28. Noticeable performances in this meeting. Sky Rider with a 12-point max, backed up by Tank with 12 plus 1 at reserve. And yeah, the Spartans were just in command for the whole meeting there. Haz, I'll bring you in first if I can, mate. Your thoughts on Spartans and Cowboys? It's pretty much like one-way traffic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much the Cowboys had actually practiced for this one, but the Spartans changes seem to have paid off. Also, hats off to Brendan. His first match back getting a paid max as well. But to get one last place in the whole meeting, which was quite near the end, I think it was Heat 12. That was against you, Dan, when you got the 5-1, actually.
Yeah, it was the 5-1, yeah.
And to be fair, I think only Wayne and yourself probably come away with that meeting. Any credit for the Cowboys? Obviously, Craig got that race win, and Wayne finishing with 2 wins, and you got the paid win. But apart from that, I mean, to see Rico and Bobby both, JC, both scoring none. I mean, yeah,
Quite surprised seeing that. Yeah, I was only brought in as a guest sort of last minute, and like I did what I could to help out, and I mean, having that 5-1 in Heat 12 certainly did give us a little bit of a glimmer of hope. But by that point, the meeting was already been and gone. Shad, your thoughts on Spartans Cowboys? Because as I said to Haz, it was one-way traffic. Your thoughts on it?
Yeah, there was a very strong smell of fish coming from the Cowboys team. Apart from Wayne and yourself, the rest of them were just crap, weren't they? I mean, obviously Hobnob's obviously trying. And when you got someone who's like top scoring in the winning SCS rounds and scoring maximums in pairs meetings and putting in 4 zeros. I mean, I sat there this morning, quite early this morning before I went to work, and actually watched the racing, and they did seem to be trying, but you just don't know, do you? I mean,
No.
You know, maybe not criticise the Cowboys so much, but praise the Spartans because they were magnificent.
Yeah.
You know, from 1 to 7, even Method. I mean, when was the last time we saw Method not getting the last place in the meeting? You know,
that's true.
It was just from 1 to 7. I mean, I think Westy Boy would be disappointed with his paid 9. If you asked him, I mean, everyone else. I mean, Ryan had a strange night. I mean, if Ryan had been in top gear, and they could have hit 70 points. It's just very very strange.
It was looking that way.
I mean, it's a very strange performance from the Cowboys, and a
Mm.
very very good performance from. I mean, Somerset's not a trick track, is it? It's a track that everyone knows.
Yeah.
It's not one of those tracks where you've got a hug defence, you know, and you can. I mean, it's probably my favourite track on the game, that and Hyde Road. Not that I'm brilliant there, but I'm just saying, as a racing track, it's a lovely track. I mean, you know, you've got the inside line, you've got the outside line, with the cutback, you know, the cutbacks on both of the bends. It's just a lovely track to ride.
Mm.
I just can't understand how a team could be so bad with the lineup they got. The likes of Bobby, JC, Craig, Rico's no mug, and just to score that few points, it's just very very baffling to me.
Mm. I will say I was 1 point off of my best score at Somerset, because last time I was there I scored 6-1. This time I scored 5-1. I even said to Bobby, put me in 14, but it would have mean I'd have been in with the Shuttle Heat 15. I thought, no.
I think the track suits you. The track suits you more than it does Oxford, by the looks of it.
Mm. Well, I did race at Somerset in season.
I did watch your racing, and you didn't. Most of your points were from the back.
Mm.
You weren't gating. I mean, I watched all the. I think I watched two of your races. I think I watched your first one and your last one on the recording just to see. And I don't think you gated in either of those. You just chose the right line, and they didn't.
It was trying to remember what I rode on when I was guesting for the Spartans, so that sort of paid off a little bit.
There's no mystery to it. There's plenty of recordings to look at.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good win for the Spartans there against. It's crazy to think that the Cowboys are actually defending champions this year, but they were just literally given the once over by the Spartans there. So a bit of a shame for that one. But apart from that, great win for the Spartans. So on to our second match we had. And that was your team, Hadlington, the Newcastle Wolves, and you took a 10-point win against the Shawfield Panthers by 50 points to 40, putting you guys top of the league on points difference. A good night for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. To be fair, credit to the Panthers. Obviously, I didn't ride in this one, but all the way through, they was hitting back. They hit back with the 5-1 in Heat 8, and then the 4-2 in Heat 9 and 4-2 in 14. And then we got the 5-1, the last heat, to make sure they stop them getting a point, basically. I mean, Cappy rode well in the first half of the meeting with those 3 race wins. He was the only one to beat Paris as well. I think he was. Is that right? I'm just going off memory. I can't even remember.
Cappy was.
But obviously, again, Owen into the team. Ads. I know we had a little connection problem towards the end of the meeting as well, but how he kept it on the track when I saw the recording, I don't know. But again, Pompey as well, scoring some important points at reserve with a 5. I think if you can still get, obviously, the lower guys, myself included, a bit more consistent. I mean, we're going to be up there, and it'll be very difficult to beat. But again, credit to Panthers, really. I mean, they didn't give up, and they could have give up early on after going 10 points behind after Heat 5. With those 2 5-1s again from Ads and Owen, they just seem to have this. I don't know what it is, to be fair, but they just ride together so well.
They're a great pairing, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, even when Owen was reserve and Ads was at 5, or as well. It was exactly the same, and they've continued that, which is it's very rare to find as well, in a team. So yeah, it was also big call from Sis. He could have put Owen in the last one, but obviously as captain, he went for the experience and chose himself and Paris who got the job done. So yeah, definitely another good win for the Wolves boys.
Yeah, there was a point up for grabs in that heat 15. I mean, it's just that the gates didn't fall right for us. I mean, we kept telling Casey, we tell him every week when we're away from home, 8 heat 15, but he doesn't. He goes for the other column. And
Yeah.
I mean, I was chatting with Bawicha and Cappy after the meeting, and Bawicha reckons we could have got something if we'd have had the right gates, but fair play, Sizzler was Sizzler and Paris, that obviously at home, great pairing. You know, they only got to get out the gate, and that's it. Yeah, I mean, we weren't embarrassed. I think Casey wasn't very happy with his score afterwards, but Lofty obviously can do better because we were practicing for a week before this meeting, and I think our top three, Cappy, Lofty, and Bawicha, were hitting 0.4s and 0.3s in practice. No practice is different, but we were quietly confident we'd get a point out of it, and I think we just fell short. I mean, maybe a race win away, but it is what it is, and Wolves is a tough place to go, Newcastle. They had their top 7 riders in. As did we, I suppose. I mean, I only got me 3 rides, which is fair enough because it was a tactical ride. No, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the track. I mean, I just didn't enjoy the result. But no, it was a good meeting. It was, you know, chat was fun, and we weren't downhearted at all. We didn't really give up. But fair play to Wolves. They're just better than us on the night.
Well, I will say, Shads, at some point this year, you guys are going to get a meeting win. I'm sure you are.
You think?
We don't like seeing teams having 0 the whole way through. I mean,
the way things are going with the Cowboys, it could be at Paul. If they're on the average lowering exercise.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that you. Oh, yes, go ahead.
The comment from Ben saying, "Did you enjoy your cake, Shads?"
Oh, delicious! Absolutely delicious.
For those of you who don't know, if you didn't
read the chat. Myself, I said if I score 4 points, one of my customers gave me a beautiful home baked red velvet cake. It was like the size of my head. It was absolutely massive. You know how big my head is. And I said, if I score 4 points or more, I'm having it. If I score less than 4, Mrs. Chad is having it. But in the end, we shared it. Because I didn't. She was standing there watching me, see how many points I got. She kept popping in to see the scorecard. And when she saw I already had the 4 points, she just went off to bed.
Oh, that's class. That's class. So like a tale of 2 halves here. Of course, the Wolves sitting pretty at the top on points difference. The Panthers are still yet to record their first league win of the season. Will they get one? I'm sure they will. And we're going to praise them when they get that win.
It'd be funny if it was at home to you and stop you winning the league, wouldn't it?
Oh, you got no chance, mate. So, talking of on top on points difference, that leads us to the final match that took place this weekend, and that was the Oxford Dragons who took on the Powderhall Scorchers. And I don't know how we did this. 6 points down after heat 11, and then to come back and win by 46 points to 44. It literally was beyond all of us. Like, because the Scorchers, they turned us over in the KO Cup at home. So we were on it. We wanted to have this, get our own back, shall we say. And it all came good in those final 4 heats. Shads, your thoughts on Dragon Scorchers going down to the last heat decider?
cracking meeting. I'd love to have seen it.
Yeah.
It's a shame this one wasn't streamed. No, Dragons looked down and out.
They were Scorchers were leading from Heat 3.
We haven't to use a tactical substitute at home as late as Heat 12.
Yeah.
I mean that 5-1, and obviously Lofty guesting for you, scoring page 7 helped you out as well. Happy to help. No, you looked down and out. You looked down and out after 11 heats, and then that 5-1 obviously, and a couple of drawn heats, and then the last heat decider. Last heat decider. And Stefan getting the silver helmet back.
Yeah.
From Limo.
Yeah, back where it belongs.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I say,
hard to get it back off him now.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, we were.
When you look where they've got to go.
Yeah. I say we were down by Heat 3. We didn't lead until the final race. That's how close the match was. Keeps us on top, obviously on points. Well, points difference wise, puts Wolves in front, but it's going to make Wolves versus Dragons at the Dragons very, very tasty.
I said at the start of the season that, well, after I didn't rate the Dragons at all as league title contenders, but you seem to be pulling out these wins from nowhere. I know it's only a 2-point win because obviously Scorchers get the point. I think having Stefan as your number one always puts you in with a chance.
Yeah.
And obviously you had a decent guest and a score at reserve, which always helps, having a 6-point at reserve.
Yeah. Well, I will say something. My average has gone down quicker than Titanic. That's for certain.
Yeah, but you're gonna once you've had your minimum match count, they're gonna ditch you anyway. So enjoy it while you can.
Thanks, Shaz.
Listen. Score likes to say he likes to include everyone, but when it gets down to the nitty gritty, and you've got a couple of meetings left, and you're going for the league title, you're top of the league, or you're second, you're only a point behind, or whatever. He's not going to give charity. He's not going to be very charitable, is he? He wants to put his best team out.
And
it's just the fact. It's just the fact of life. It's nothing against you, but if it was me, I'd expect him to do the same. In fact, I'd encourage him to do it. If I wasn't riding well, and there were better riders than me, I'd say put them in. That'd be a league championship for you. It'd be your first one, won't it?
Yeah.
Well, there you are. Then would you rather be in the team and lose the league, or would you rather sit out a couple of meetings and win it? I know I'd rather do.
Sit out and
maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the problem with that is the Dragons haven't fielded a full 7 of their own team all season, have they?
I don't think they have.
No. I think we've either had a guest or rider replacement.
You got to give Score a bit of credit. He's a good skipper. He knows how to play the game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He knows how to play the game. I mean, remember when he was using rider replacement for 101 at number 2 for the first few meetings, against Stefan Extra riding E8. He knows how to play the game. It's not against the rules.
No. Yeah, but it's going to be very interesting on the run into the season. So these next few meetings will be very, very important for all teams. In fact, top of the table, mid-table, bottom of the table, everyone's fighting for points, and it just goes to show that no one's unbeaten this year. So everyone has beaten everyone else. So it's now down to who can. Hey, of course, yes, that's right. Damn it! There you go. So that was the league reviews. Do we have the league table? Yes, we do. So there we go. So at the moment we have Newcastle Wolves and Oxford Dragons level on 14 points apiece. The Wolves are a point better for and against in both situations, so they are top on 14 points. In third place, we have Powder Hall on 11. Somerset currently on 8 points in fourth, joint with the Poole Cowboys. But of course, that superior points difference puts the Spartans in front of the Cowboys.
Just stop there, Dan. Yeah.
So with that being said, we're going to move on to Shad's Rider of the Week. Shad, who have you got, mate, for this week?
Oh well, it's only gonna come from one meeting. The absolute demolition of Spartans against the Cowboys. I looked at three of them. There was three of them that, I mean, obviously Brendan Hart coming in for his first meeting. Was it his first meeting?
Yeah.
First home meeting anyway, with his paid maximum. I've actually watched all the races from this meeting just to see if the Cowboys weren't taking the piss. Obviously, TJ, well, he's paid 11. That's his after his pretty bad SCS meeting or the DP meeting he had the other week. But it's going to be the second. It's going to be the second time this season I've been told I'm not keeping notes about who gets it. And I'm going to have to upset Paris by giving it to Skyrider for his maximum. Although it's only 4 rides, and I did have a go at him for not having a 5, because there's not many of us have scored 5 ride maximum. And so it's Skyrider. Although we should take Heat 15.
So Skyrider takes the Rider of the Week this week, courtesy of Mr. Shads. I think I've gone a bit too far, but I think we'll have a break first, and that's going to be your Rider of the Week. But, oh dear.
We usually do it before the break, don't we?
Yeah. Well, I think Ben's trying to find the right slide for the Rider of the Week. So,
Okay.
yeah. So with that being said, we're gonna take our break now. So when we come back, we're gonna look ahead to the there it is. Skyrider, the Rider of the Week this week. Second time you won it in episode 55. Yeah, the second week of the season. So well done to Sky for becoming the Rider of the Week for the second time this season. So we're gonna head on to our break. When we come back, we're gonna look at the preview of the 4-team tournament, and of course the all-important draws for the BGP and SCS taking place at Norwich. So stick around, lads. We'll see you in about 5 minutes. and welcome back to All Four Back with Chester, Hads, and Shads. So, chaps, we're going to go into a bit of detail now about the 4-team tournament taking place on Sunday. Now, there was a lot of talks about this in terms of how the format was going to be. Because with there only being 6 teams, it seemed a bit, what we're going to do, how we're going to plan this out. So the plan has been decided by the committee that the top 2 in the league, which are the Dragons and the Wolves, they get seeded
Incorrect.
through.
Incorrect.
Say again. The Wolves and the Dragons.
Averages,
no.
Dan. It goes on
It's on
averages.
averages. It's not on the top 2.
Oh, okay.
It's on
My
top 4
apologies.
averages for each team.
Ah, right. Now I get there.
Top 4
Okay.
the top 4 averages in each team.
Ah, my apologies. I thought it was just because of the top 2 in the league. My apologies. So that's been what's been said. So the Wolves and the Dragons have gone seeded through into the grand final. The remaining 4 teams of the Cowboys, Scorchers, Spartans, and Panthers, they'll battle off in the semi-final, and the top 2 then join the Dragons and the Wolves in the grand final. So we don't know who's racing in what team yet, but Hads, I'll bring in first if I can, mate, as I always do. 4-team tournaments. How do you see this one going in terms of team selections?
To be honest, if the pairs is anything to go by, some of the teams may struggle for 4 riders. Not too sure. Obviously, Sunday is normally the main day of the competitions and GPs, blah blah blah. But I don't know. I just don't think. We spoke a little bit the other day in our team chat. 4-team tournament really, for me with 6 teams, is not the way to go. In my opinion, it should have been a 3-team, 2 lots of 3, with probably the 2 winners and the best second going through. But obviously, then you need 6 riders in the team, which is a lot more availability needed. So this is probably the easiest solution. So that's what's been gone with. And to be fair, I haven't had that many laps around the track, and hopefully we are planning a stream so we can get this match and this new track seen. So we'll have to see what happens.
Of course, the track has been released by Craig this week, just in time for the match. If you haven't got it downloaded yet, I suggest you get it downloaded ASAP, because it's a great track to get involved with. A lot of work and a lot of practice and testing and retiling and patching have all been happening with work with the new Northside track this season. So it'll be one to look out for. Shads, your thoughts on the old 4-team tournament? How do you see this one going up in the semi-final?
Oh yeah. Well, you've got to fancy the Spartans. They'll have a good top 4. I don't think Craig's on holiday, I've been told.
Yeah, Craig's on holiday.
Yeah, Craig's on holiday. So the guy who actually made the track isn't actually riding in it.
What a he must have sort of dates and gone. Oh.
So it's going to be an interesting meeting. But you got to. I mean, you don't know. I don't know what the availability is. I know we've got our top 4 out. Are in the rating. So yeah, we've had a few laps. It's hard to say what's a good time and what's a bad time here, because you're not seeing anyone else. I mean, I've been in with Cam and Toby for a few laps. I think they're all messing about a little bit, so it's hard to say. And they're using that old starting format with the lights that go off one at a time. So yeah, so it'd be interesting to see. We might get a surprise team through. I'm hoping it'll be us, but give it our best and see how we go. I mean, like I say, we don't know what the lineups are going to be yet. We obviously know the Cowboys are going to be a little bit weaker because Craig's not riding, and obviously JC won't have to worry about his habit in this one.
Yeah, it's definitely one to keep an eye on, of course, in the semi-final, because sometimes semi-finals are better than the final. So the top two from this meeting, of course, starts at 8:00. Go through to the grand final, where they will also join the Dragons and the Wolves, and again, with no mention of teams yet. Hads, your take on it? Do you think your boys can pull it off?
Yeah, there's no reason why not. I do actually think, without obviously we don't want to be giving stuff away, but I think the top four are available, so they'll take some beating. I think once they've had a few more laps, a bit more dialed in, but it's going to be interesting. The one, as Paris has mentioned there in chat, I think riding in the semi-final could be an advantage for the teams going into the final. So
Yeah,
it's going to be, obviously they'll already be race sharp. I know a lot of people do the practice races and whatever, but it's totally different when you're in the actual race itself. So it's going to be a tough one. I mean, if all teams have got pretty strong, then it's going to be hard to call who's going to go into that final. But I'll be cheering on the Panthers, I think.
Someone's got
Get
to,
Mac on.
but you got to say, looking at Paris, Sizzler, Ads, and Owen, that's a pretty formidable four, isn't it? So
and it's individuals as well. So it's like it's not a team race; it's individuals.
Exactly. So with the gating of Sizzler and Owen, I mean, we know Sizzler and Owen can, pretty quick from the start.
Yeah,
It's going to be and you haven't got to worry about looking after your partner in this. So it's going to be more like a GP or an SDS than a team meeting.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So, I mean, you got to fancy the Wolves to win it all, haven't you?
Well, the other three teams aren't going to make it difficult for you guys. They'll make it easy for you.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I do agree. Obviously, like you said, no partners in this one. But if you look at the form individually, with Sizzler and Paris in the GPs, obviously Owen got 19, was it, in the SCS?
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Ads has won like individual meetings
if his keyboard plays up,
especially when he was in the SCS. So I mean, they got 40 points, I think it was, between them on Tuesday out of the 50. So I mean, if obviously that's going to take some beating.
Wolves are pretty much the odds-on favourites, I do believe. So I'm sure there'll be like. Pardon?
Is that your odds?
I'm gonna. I got to back the Dragons, haven't I? Because that's my team. So it's gonna be very, very tough. Whoever's in that final, it'll be spectacular regardless, because the track's going to be a leveler, being a neutral venue. I do still feel that Northside might be a league track for next year. I don't know who's going to take it, but I think the way that track's been and got a load of praise, that could be a track for season 21.
I hope not.
Power said he wouldn't pick it.
No, it's not a race. It's not really a racing track. It's a gated track, isn't it?
Mm. But we'll see how things pan out, and we'll take it from
the
there.
Northside Gladiators, captained by Dan Winchester.
Next joke. No, I wouldn't be a captain, mate. No, not a chance. I wouldn't be a captain. Yeah, I'd upset a few people, but there you go. Anyways, that is the 14 tournament preview. we're now going to switch gears and talk about the BGP and SES taking place at Norwich for the next round 5. We're just going to do the draws. We're not going to talk about it, that'll be in next week's show. So with all that being said, the BGP draw taking place momentarily. We're going to have the draw here. So those are the names for round 5. So first out the hat, riding at number 1. It will be Racer Ryan.
Close.
That was very close, Shads. That was very close. He'll be joined in Heat 1 by Craig. So Racer Ryan and Craig straight off the bat. I think the sign-in things I think takes place either tonight or tomorrow. I'm not too sure.
Is Craig back?
Oh God! Oh wow! What the Heat 1? What the Heat 1? Jesus!
Dan's just exploded.
You want either Sizzler or Paris now to make it a real blockbuster.
Oh God! It's Dretlotka. Oh, what an opening race there! Racer Ryan, Craig and Steph in the first race.
Dretloka's no mug either.
So in that first race, someone's going to drop points. So number 5 will be Lofty, my Aces teammate. Scored pretty well on Sunday. He'll be joined in heat number 2 at number 6 by Cappy. So Cappy goes in at number 6.
Oh, teammates, yeah, teammates.
Yeah.
Put me in now just to make it. Yeah, put me in.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no. So close. Sizzler goes in number 7.
Thanks, teasing us.
Yeah. Lofty, Cappy, and Sizzler Heat 2. Who joins them? Gonna be Powers. Ah.
The Barca.
It's gonna be Hobnob. Cowboys Reserve goes at number 8. So number 9, it will be the Dragons captain. That is Squall.
What was that, Head?
Boo. He knows I'm only joking.
So we've got Bobby going at number 10. Are you saying boo or moo? Ad.
Don't start with that moo shit.
Definitely boo.
Yeah. Oh, teammates in this one as well. Bobby, Squall and Steven. That's not. No.
You forgot who's in your team, Dan?
No, I said there was. No, sorry, it's all good. So number 12 will be.
Time?
Yeah, I was there. Just recognize that. God's sake.
Sounds like Dan's had a hard day.
Can we stop and start again, please?
I don't remember who his teammates are.
Oh God, that's all right. So final 4 starts off with Fakey, goes at number 13. And number 14, it will be. Hey, there you go, Shads. Number 14 there for you, mate. Well done. So 2 more to go. Will it be Powis or will it be Le Sorcier going at number 15? It will be Le Sorcier going at number 15, which leaves Powis
The champion.
Yep, the champion going in at number 16. So that is the BGP draw.
He's not the
Let's get a
GP
quick-
champion, though, is he?
No, I was on about
No.
the source, yeah.
Oh, right. Oh.
Yeah. So that is the race card for Sunday. We're going to go into detail about this on next week's show. We just found ourselves like repeating ourselves both consecutive weeks. But here's the
That's
league
when we-
table.
So look at the track.
Yeah. So this is the league table. So up in front on 62 points is Sizzler. Second place, level on 59, we have Stefan and Powis. And in fourth place on 46 points is Dretlotka. So already with Stefan and Dretlotka in the opening race, a big race needed for both of those riders to consolidate themselves in their positions. Like I said, we're going to go into more detail about this in next week's show. But in the meantime, we're going to go on to the SCS draw. Hads, I believe you have the wildcard announcement and any changes we might have.
There's no changes that we know to as yet. The wild card, which might be a surprise for some, is going to be Tank.
Yeah, so Tank goes in as the wild card. So without any further ado, let's crack
Yes,
on
Tank,
with the SCS draw.
It's difficult to find riders to place.
The answer to that
Yeah.
one is Tank as well. I'm just-
So, first out the hat, it will be Rico.
come on, we want Cam now.
In the first race. One, two, 3, or 4. Hey, Ben Thompson goes at number 2.
I mean, if anybody does want to run the GP, or anybody not, I did ask Tintin if he was available. He's not available, so Tank could just ride. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. There you had. You're in
Hello.
number 3.
If you could just ride in the SCS, but it's only going to be the same as Rico and Cam when they're in the same meeting at the same time. So I don't think it's going to.
So
Cause too many
joining
issues.
Rico, Ben, and Hads in Heat 1 will be Hutty. So number 5, it will be Malta's number 1, Wayne. At number 6, it will be my Dragons teammate, Big Slow Caney. Going in number 7.
I think did he ride for the Dragons at Norwich? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Me neither.
I don't think he did actually.
What season was it? About 5 seasons ago, was it? 15?
Yeah.
Hang on, Caney's name's not put on the draw here. Rico, Ben, Hadlington, Hutty, Wayne, Ben Thompson, Skyride, David Nofear. But Big Slow Caney was actually selected.
Who's been added?
Nobody. It's one behind, I think. Well, Kanye's name's in green.
Well,
think
that means he's been selected.
Oh, he's got Ben twice.
Oh yeah.
Ben's doing double duty.
So number 18, Ben Thompson, is actually Big Slow Caney. So ignore. So we've got Cakesy at number 10. You trying to get double rides there, Ben? Are you?
Got a busy night, Ben.
Yeah.
Refereeing and riding twice.
Westy Boy goes in at number 11.
Just in case it's no rider. Fair play.
So next up, number 12 will be Bewitcher. And next we have Scotty B going in at number 13. So at 14, it will be JC. JC goes in at number 15, which leaves... Sorry, 14. 15 will be Cam or Tank. Cam or Tank. It's going to be Cam. So by my calculations, that'll be Heat 17 that Cam and Rico will be going head to head. And that just leaves the wild card himself, Tank, drawn at number 16. So there we go, guys. That was the BGP and SCS round 5 taking place on the 29th of April. I believe so.
29th?
Is it?
20th, isn't it?
Ben, can you zoom in a bit, mate? If you can.
It's the 20th.
Oh, yeah, 20th. My
go.
apologies. Yeah, sorry. My apologies. 20th. Sorry, guys. So that's the takes place on the same night as the BGP. So both of us take place at the same.
And need some caffeine.
Yeah, I long old day at work today. So I need some caffeine. But I don't drink coffee though. I don't drink coffee. Yes, thank you, KFC. So that is the draw for the BGP and SCS rounds taking place at Norwich. Quick look at the league table. So currently very close between Jan and JC at the top. 1 point separating them. And then we've got Cam in third place. And we see Big Slow Caney coming back into this round after missing the last round. He's on 46. 1 point ahead of Scotty B on 45. But of course, the top three in this one go into the BGP for next season. So it is all to play for with only 3 rounds to go. We're gonna get into more detail about that in next week's program. So with that being said, chaps, looking ahead to next week's episode, we've got the review of the 14 tournament. We've got the BGP and SCS round 5 previews in full, and a look ahead to week 13, the all-important KO Cup first leg between the Wolves and the Scorchers. So, just leaves me to say, check out all our social medias on Facebook, Instagram, the website where the forum's going to be, on X and on YouTube where the podcast will be broadcast tomorrow at 8 p.m. So without any further ado, I'll say a good night to Shad.
Good night, all.
I will say good night to Hadlington.
Good night, all.
And it's a good night from me, Chester. We'll see you all next week here on All 4 Bad for episode 65. Until then, enjoy racing, and we'll see you all here next week. Take it easy. Good night.